What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Sinister Cobra coming back with another Halo update video. This week we'll be covering a few things, including a cross promotion, some new lore stuff, and some Halo MCC updates. So let's go ahead and jump right in. First things first, earlier this week we got some new information on a cross promotion with Monster Energy Drink. Now, I'm sure if you've been to the store lately, you've probably noticed these cans with the Master Chief on it. And of course, nowadays, if you see something video game related on a Monster can, you know you're going to be getting some goodies in game. So if you didn't already know, this promotion started September 1st and it will be running through December 31st. Things we will be getting with this promotion is double XP, cosmetic items for Halo Infinite, and strangely enough, a Snapchat filter. So if you've done any other in-game cross promotion with some sort of brand like Monster, then you will already know that you have to go to Monster's website, input some code, and then you'll get another code for double XP. Nothing has changed here. That's pretty much been the same across the board with all kinds of games. But moving on from that, one interesting thing is the Snapchat filter. There is an article, I believe, from Xbox explaining all the details of this promotion. Of course, I will link that down in the description for you to read for yourself. But anyways, the Snapchat filter is pretty interesting. They are going to be running a new filter every month through December. And one thing that this article points out is that there will be monthly challenges that will reward us with new cosmetic items, which will be interesting if we get to run around in-game with a Snapchat assault rifle, BR, whatever weapon skin they give us, or run around with a Snapchat emblem for our in-game profile. But nevertheless, this month they're starting it off with a Master Chief filter. So if you have the app, just snap the code on the can and you'll be good to go. Also, with this promotion, we are getting our first look into in-game skins. So through this promotion, we will be getting Monster Energy skins for the BR, AR, VK78 Commando, and the MK50 Sidekick. Personally, I'm digging these skins as I am a huge fan of Monster. Monster, if you're watching this, please sponsor your boy. I've been trying to get a sponsorship for years. I would like free Monster for life, please, and thank you. And of course, the color scheme will be black and green, the standard colors for Monster. If you guys didn't already know, green is one of my favorite colors, so of course I will be running these skins. Finally, we will be getting 2 player cards and 2 weapon emblems. The first one being the Phalanx, however you pronounce that. Not too sure how you pronounce that, but we are getting a Phalanx player skin, or player card I should say, and weapon emblem. And also the Sipho's player card and weapon emblem. Finally, this article ends with letting us know that we might be getting other cross promotions in the near future. Alright, next we will be diving into some Halo Infinite lore. Now, this may or may not be spoilers, so if that's something you care about, feel free to use the timeline down below, the little scrubber thing, to move forward. I will be indexing the video so you can know where I talk about what, so feel free to skip ahead. But let's jump right in. First things first, we have a new elite character called Jaga, or I don't know how you pronounce that. I'm just gonna say Jaga, Sega, no clue. But this new character is a super cool, awesome elite. Its color scheme is pretty cool with the black and red. Also has a red energy sword. Maybe that is a weapon variant of the energy sword. It would be pretty cool to use that in game, but keep in mind this is concept art, so we're not too sure if this is going to be the final design or if any of this will be in game. One cool thing to notice here is that this elite does have a cybernetic arm similar to Cat from Halo Reach, and as well as cybernetic what do you call it, like the mouthpiece, the little, the little alien thing, the mouth part of the elites. And along with this concept art, we did get a little short description on the character. It goes as followed: in hushed whispers throughout the ranks of the banished, Jaga, I'm not gonna pronounce that last name. Jaga's name is spoken of with care. The Blade Master's history is shrouded in rumor and half-truths. Some say he was an experiment and affront to his own kind. Others make mention of a clandestine ambush gone wrong. Very few know the truth. Fewer still speak of it. One thing is certain, he has hunted demons before, and as the first recruit welcomed into the hand of Atriox, he will do so again. So going off just this bio description alone, we can easily assume that this might be some sort of boss character that we will encounter in Halo Infinite. So that's super exciting. I can already tell this is going to be one of those characters that is going to be super popular, and he will most definitely be fleshed out in the extended universe. Next up, we have more concept art for the Gen 3 Mark 7 Spartan armor. Remember, this is just concept art, but right off the bat, already loving this more than the Spartan armors from Halo 5. Not exactly sure what it is. I think it's just that the armor actually looks like armor, whereas the Halo 5 armor looked kind of like plastic foam type of thing. It just didn't have that like heaviness feel to it. So of course, as the Elite did, this concept art also got some Halo lore backstory to it. So I'm going to go ahead and read off straight from the article here. Created with input from Dr. Halsey herself, the latest Mark 7 iteration refreshes the Mjolnir technical architecture with breakthroughs in neural interfaces, shield emitters, fusion power, and armor formulation. The Mark 7 designation refers to a number of prototype platforms that test the ever-evolving Mjolnir Generation 3 standard. The most recent design to bear the name was selected by Dr. Halsey from Material Group's Keystone Development Program. So right off the bat, it looks like Dr. Halsey has something to do with this armor, which is pretty interesting because I could have sworn she was like a bad guy in Halo 5. I played that campaign once, I don't remember too well, but I'm pretty sure she was like kind of like the enemy in that game. I don't remember, but correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below. But one final thing to note from this lore thing that's mentioned in the article is that Forerunner elements were tested in previous generation versions, which is pretty interesting, and I'm wondering if we're going to see any of that in-game. And the final bit of Halo Infinite news strangely comes from Funko. Now, if you guys didn't already know from my previous videos, I'm a pretty huge Funko collector, and I'm not surprised that Halo Infinite set got leaked out early, although at the time of this recording, it has been officially announced. I don't want to bore you guys with Funko news, but real quick, all these items are pre-orderable already. At the time of this recording, the GameStop and Target exclusives are already sold out. So if you are interested in those, follow me on Instagram and I will try to update you guys whenever those come back into stock. But anyways, I do bring these up because there is something interesting about them. First things first, the GameStop exclusive, the Spartan, he is holding something called a shock rifle. I believe this has not been officially announced yet, other than in this form. My guess to what this is that it's probably the replacement for the railgun. I don't see what other type of gun it would be. I know shock grenades are confirmed, as we saw them in one of the E3 trailers. So maybe there will be a huge assortment of shock weapons in the game. And before I forget, these Funko Pops will come with some sort of DLC. I'm guessing the things they come with are just cosmetic items, maybe even double XP, who knows. But the last final tidbit about these pops that's interesting is that they do kind of give us an insight onto the player customization for the armor. So if we take a look at this blue Spartan, we can see that the legs are fully colored in yellow, which is interesting. I don't think we've ever seen something like that before in color customization. And of course, it looks like his arms, besides the shoulder pads, are also colored in yellow, which once again we have not seen in color customization of previous games. But while that is interesting, we do have this other Spartan pop over here, the black one with the black visor. This one is the most interesting out of the two in my opinion. So if we take a look here, if we take a closer look, we can see that his right shoulder pad is colored in orange. Whereas if we take a look at the digital rendering on the box itself, we can see that the left shoulder pad is not colored in orange. So that's very interesting, and it has me wondering if in Halo Infinite we will be getting piece by piece color customization, which of course will be the first time we get that in any Halo game. Now if we assume that is the case, the next question would be, can we only use two? It would be interesting if they let us use more than two. I highly doubt they would. I wouldn't get my hopes up on that, but if they do a piece by piece customization, I can see that option being there. So finally, we do have a bit of some Master Chief Collection news. So this past Monday on August 31st, the ODST flight testing ended. If you guys aren't too familiar with that, it's just basically a program where they sent out invitations to bug test a certain build they're working on before they push out the update to the public. But of course we have some interesting tidbits here again, starting with the Season 3 rewards. Now unfortunately it's been confirmed that we are getting just 50 tiers in the Season 3 rewards. Now unfortunately for me, that means that I believe I've seen all the rewards and I got to unlock them and play with them in the flight test. If you guys are interested in seeing what those rewards are, I do have a video in my channel, and obviously they're going to be coming out with a bunch of fixes, and they did detail some other fixes they are currently working on. All of that will be in the article itself. I don't want to go in depth into it, so if you want to read that for yourself, obviously it will be in the description as well. Now in this article they didn't just talk about the upcoming Halo 3 ODST update, they also talked about future updates beyond that. Starting with Halo 2 Anniversary, they mentioned that they're going to be updating the customization for that. So now your Spartan in Halo 2 Anniversary will be able to be customized piece by piece like in Halo 3 and Reach. They didn't really detail how in-depth it was going to be. Is it going to be in-depth like Reach, or is it going to be a little bit more basic like in Halo 3? But I think it's safe to assume that if they're talking about it now, it's going to be probably coming out in the next update, the one after the Halo 3 ODST update. And speaking of Spartan customization in Halo 2 Anniversary, it seems like the Elites will be getting some special customization as well. So it looks like the Elites and Reach are also going to be getting a piece by piece customization finally. Elites up to this point have unfortunately gotten the short end of the stick, and you can only choose pre-selected armor builds for them. So that'll be an interesting thing to look into. I'm not too big on using the Elites. I believe in Reach you could only use them in one game mode, and I don't even play that game mode. So maybe it's just time to let the dinos free and let them be in any game mode. And with that, they also gave us a sneak peek into the rewards we could be expecting in Season 4. Now this isn't a huge sneak peek, it's just a little small sentence that they included. They did say that they are going to be releasing previously unreleased items. So if you've been following along with Halo for the last couple of years, you will know that there is a helmet that never got released in Halo Reach. And of course, this is the big item that everyone's speculating is coming. But if you don't know, long story short, this helmet was teased in one of the DLCs for Halo Reach, and it just never came out. So it's going to be exciting to get a helmet that we never had access to. Now if you guys have been following the Master Chief Collection updates in the last few weeks or months, you will know that crossplay is coming, and in this update they detailed some progress they made with crossplay. So it looks like right off the bat, once we get crossplay in the game, we are going to be getting input based matchmaking, which is great. This basically means that controllers versus controllers and mouse and keyboard versus mouse and keyboard, and if there's a party of mixed inputs, then you will be facing a group of mixed inputs. I believe most, if not all, crossplay games do this. I know Call of Duty Modern Warfare does it, and I believe Fortnite does it as well. So I think at this point this is just the standard. One interesting thing that they did note here is that they're not going to enforce this in all playlists. The two playlists that they call out specifically is Infection and Firefight, but I think it's safe to say that it probably won't be required in the more laid back playlists like Action Sack or Fiesta, maybe even Big Team Battle. And finally, to round things off this week, we do get some information on the Halo 4 PC. It's already in the works, so we might even be getting Halo 4 PC early next year. But as always, if you guys did enjoy this video, I hope you give it a like. I hope you subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Leave a comment, let me know what you're most excited for, and I will talk to you guys in the next one.